If you are a Fabric developer, you need to listen closely to this video because we're going to be talking about some amazing new capabilities and the direction the developer experience is headed. All right, before we get into any of that, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment down below because all of that really helps me feed the channel and feed my kids and all that good stuff, right? But Pradeep, welcome back to Kratos BI. How the heck are you doing, buddy?
Hey, Chris, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Oh man, I am having the best day ever. Can you believe it?
Yeah, I'm really having a good week too. Because I have been to multiple. I have been to Fabric and Power BI Summit, and I'm doing a couple of sessions. I'm really excited to meet the developers, and I'm getting a lot of feedback. I'm listening into a lot of what they're doing today, and the work that I'm doing is being really, really useful for a lot of developers. That made my week. So,
I
so
gotta tell you, Pradeep, I am so happy that engineering at Microsoft are they not only do you use the tools, but you're out talking with people, getting feedback, understanding what makes developers tick, what they like, what they don't like, and responding to feedback. And I understand one of the things we want to talk about today is the developer experience and what you've got coming up. Is that right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'll introduce myself for the ones that who do not know me first, and then I will jump right into the developer experiences in Fabric Warehouse.
Where are my manners, right?
Cool. Hey, I'm Pradeep. I am a product manager in Microsoft Fabric Data Warehouse team, and I own developer experiences. And I look after the first-party integrations and the third-party integrations. So we are going to talk about a lot of stuff that we are doing, both in the Fabric native experiences and SSMS, VS Code, and third-party integrations today. I'm very excited to talk about it.
Oh, that's fantastic. Because I think a lot of people, honestly, they think of Fabric and they think of just that one pane of glass where you can go do everything. But there are lots of people who like code like seriously for a living where the GUI's nice, but they want like a pro dev stack of tools, right? And maybe am I not calling it right? Do we not call them pro dev stacks? But DevOps and or they want a VS Code and they want Management Studio and those types of things, right?
Developers love their tools. I
Hmm.
can 100% say that. They love, especially, me being coming from the SQL world. I love SSMS and VS Code. I used to do a lot of stuff in Visual Studio, but I have moved to VS Code. Now I love VS Code. So, anything that we could do to keep, to meet where the developers are is the dream that I have, and is that's what I'm working towards. And yeah, I will quickly talk about a few things that we are doing in the space, and I think it will really excite. One of the key discoveries, or I would say not discoveries, but one of the key investments that Microsoft Data, the Azure Data in Microsoft has decided to do is to give the first class experiences to some of the tools that are widely being used. We have more than 6 million developers using SSMS, but in the last few years, SSMS is something that we haven't taken care of. It's not, there is not enough fluff. Now, with the Fabric Warehouse, we are making sure that there is a native integration with SSMS. And what does it mean? you know l- the look and the things that you do on day-to-day basis. If you want to connect, you don't need to copy the connection string and load it in SSMS and connect. We want you to have the browse and connectivity experiences like you have it with Azure, like you have it with your local machines or local systems, or within your network. You can exactly do the same. We would love to have you connect to Fabric Warehouse or the Fabric ecosystem with no difficulties. And similarly, we are doing a lot of other things, like we are making life easy by making the the single pane of glass that we have in the UX in the web. We are we are bringing all of those experiences into Fabric in SSMS. What it means is you can now go and manage all of your warehouses from SSMS. You can actually do that in a few weeks. That means You no longer have to worry about, okay, I have Fabric Workspace. Now I go there, I click and create a warehouse. Now I come back to SSMS, connect to it, and write queries. No, you just go to the Fabric. You connect to a specific workspace that you want within SSMS, and you can manage your workspace right there. You can manage your warehouses right there within SSMS.
Hang on. Are you saying I could, from within SSMS, I could go out and create a warehouse there?
You'll be very soon able to do so. You can create, you can rename, you can delete, you could update, you could, whatever the operations that you could do it in, Fabric UI. Now you could just manage them in SSMS like you used to do it with SQL Server. There was
Right.
never another pane of glass that they need to go and manage. That means most of the administrators and the developers who needs to manage their warehouses, they could just do so within SSMS.
I mean, that does a lot for adoption, developer experience, right? Like, because you got that muscle memory of working in SSMS for 20 years, and like, this is where you do your thing, and it becomes so easy there. Going someplace else, now it's, yeah. Oh, that's very exciting.
Yep.
Is that like that's just in regular? Which version of SSMS is that in?
It's going to be in SSMS 22.4 or 5, but
Okay.
it's going to be available in 22, SSMS 2022.
Okay. Okay, cool. So
Yeah,
just natively integrated right there. That's
right there.
awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
We are investing in a similar way in VS Code too. The users will have the browser connectivity like they do with other
Mm,
tooling. In with VS Code, they actually get to build the database projects. They can actually build their whole warehouse. In today, many of the customers connect to the warehouse, write their scripts, and and run their scripts. That's an
mhm,
extent of the development. But VS Code and with the extensions of database projects, we are making significant investments in for from the Fabric warehouse point of view, where
mm.
the native experiences to develop within VS Code are going to be are going to be similar to what we used to have for Visual Studio. That means what it really means is they no longer have to go back to Fabric UX to do some things over there and come back and do database project development here. We are going to get all of that into Visual Studio IDE in such a way that they have one tool where they can manage all these development activities.
Man, that is just incredible. So SSMS is coming out shortly. When is Visual Studio coming?
The Visual Studio Code, it's already available. We are making significant updates in a few weeks, and I want to talk about them, but I intentionally did not, and I'm keeping them a secret. So, do watch us in the FabCon space for to follow to follow the updates on VS Code and SSMS a little bit more.
Okay, so there's a big Fabric VS Code announcement coming out. We're going to have to stay tuned for that. Looking forward to it. Can I get you to commit to come back and show it to us?
Yes, let's have a post FabCon session where we will double click on everything that we just talked, and I will show you a demo in the live, probably a live or a recorded. It's up to us, but I think it's going to be really, really exciting. And there is another update that you would love that we are
Yeah?
bringing. We are bringing it to SSMS that we already have in Visual Studio Code. Which is we are making sure that all the developers have these tools and they can use, and they're not just locked into VS Code or
Hmm.
SSMS or Fabric UI. They could choose any tool they wish to, and we want to really meet them where they are at, rather than boxing them into tools or the tools that they'd like or may not.
What is that?
I'm not going to talk about it. Y-
Oh, you're a
let's watch it.
tease.
Yes, I really do not. It's it's right here, and I want to say and I want to show you, but I can't right now.
Oh man. Okay, so we're gonna have to be paying close attention at FabCon for these announcements, new functionalities coming. In other words, our developer experience is really about to level up, and we're going to see a whole bunch of new functionality coming in. Is that right?
That is correct. Not just in the favorite tooling like SSMS and VS Code, but we
Hmm.
are also making significant scale improvements in the web experiences too. And
Mm,
what it means is I can quickly give you an overview, but I will show you a lot more. Today, if you have large warehouses that you're exploring and you're working on it, the web interface sucks. And honestly, many developers simply use SSMS. And
yeah.
one of the things, a strong feedback that we got was, hey, make web experiences scale to our environments, to the data and the number of objects that we have.
Mm.
And they make the editor lightweight, very fast, and be responsive. And we made a lot of investments, and you will see some of those double clicking in fabcon, and we will also talk about that. That means we have all round changes that are coming due in fabcon that the developers would like, irrespective of what tooling they have. They would love these updates, and I hope that will keep them using these tools that they wish to.
Oh, that is fantastic, man. I'm pretty excited about this. I know a lot of the hardcore developers, as they're starting to do more and more in Fabric, there's been pushback, there's been grumbling because, they just, the tools are missing something or there's a gap, but it's great to hear that you're closing that gap. Uh,
Yes.
any like any words of advice for where people could go get more information or get feedback to you on the developer experience?
Absolutely. You can reach me. You can reach me over LinkedIn,
Hmm.
and you could find me at my email address. You could reach me over LinkedIn, or you could email me at pvenkat@microsoft.com. That's P for Paul, V for Victor, E for Eagle, N for Nancy, K for Kim, A for Alpha, T for Tom at Microsoft.com. Just shoot me an email if you're interested to understand, or if you want to share feedback. I would love to catch up and make sure and meet you and understand your pain points. And I 100% we would love to solve the problems that you're facing to make your experience delightful with Fabric Warehouse and Microsoft Fabric.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, Pradeep, thank you so much. Really looking forward to these updates that you've got coming out. Thank you for joining us today as we go in on this. Before we end, Pradeep, what's one thing you want people to do today on the developer experience?
If you want to do something today, look at the VS Code recent updates that we have for database projects development, and see if you find that interesting. And when we catch up, we could talk when we in the post FabCon video, we will talk a lot more about it. That might that would be really really interesting for you.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Pradeep. And thank you for joining us today. You guys have the best day ever. Peace. Baker
Thanks,
Tilly
Chris.
Digital combines strategic industry insight and advanced technical expertise to uncover and solve your digital transformation challenges. If you're interested in learning more, check out our website at bakertilly.com/digital.